You're watching Cait Straight Up, and I am your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to make some really delicious Portobello Caprese burgers. They're going to be so good, you're going to love them. It's perfect for summer. It has a nice blend of those summer flavors. We got grilled portobellos. We have some fresh homemade pesto made from our basil grown in our garden, some tomato, and some fresh mozzarella. We're going to start this recipe by getting our portobello mushrooms ready for the grill. So we're going to take some nice big portobellos like that, and we're going to dig out this inner brown part here just with a regular old spoon. So because we don't want our burgers to be too messy, we're just going to dig out that center onto a paper towel. It's pretty easy. You just run your spoon right along. You can see it came out pretty easily, and just get that center part out. Like when cleaning or washing any mushroom, you don't want your portobellos to soak under a lot of water. It ruins them. It's not good. So the best way to clean your mushrooms is just to take a damp towel and wipe off the dirt from the outside. You're just going to take your towel and wipe it down. You can rinse them lightly under some water, but you don't want to let them soak. So you want to do the majority of getting your dirt off first before you give them a rinse. Now, it would not be summer if we weren't taking this recipe outside to the grill. So we're going to grill up these Portobello burgers, as we're calling them, on our grill. A way that I like to marinate them is with some balsamic dressing. I have a really awesome one here from Ken's Steakhouse. It is balsamic with honey. It's my new favorite for this summer for this recipe, but any balsamic dressing will work. This one's the one I'm using today. You're going to give a light coating to the bottom of a Pyrex dish. We're just soaking our mushrooms before they head on out to the grill. So you're going to put your mushrooms in like so, coat them up a little bit, add in your next layer. We have 4 here. I got a group of 4 coming over. And just kind of nicely give them a nice dousing in that balsamic dressing. A lot of this is going to cook right off when you grill them. So feel free to add however much you want, and you can always add a little bit more on while you're grilling. We're going to top our delicious Caprese Portobello burgers with a quick homemade pesto. It's not my full pesto recipe because I don't want any nuts in it or anything like that. But it's just a nice quick one that we can make for a burger topping. So I have some basil here from my garden. I gave it a little bit of a rinse, and I'm just going to put it in my food processor. In this dish here, I have 3 large cloves of garlic that I smashed up with my knife. And then I'm just going to hook this all in and get it going. This going a little bit, and as it goes, we're going to add our olive oil. We're just going to add in about 1/4 cup. It's not that much basil pesto that we're making right now, but we're just going to get it going and add our olive oil in. This is the consistency that you're going to be looking for out of your pesto in your food processor. I like to leave it a little bit rough for burgers. This isn't how I make my normal pesto. One of my very first videos was a pesto recipe, and you could watch it here. But again, guys, please forgive the lighting and stuff from my earlier videos. We've learned a lot. You can then throw your pesto to the side, and it is time to grill up your portobello mushrooms. So they are nice and soaked up in that balsamic dressing, and we're just going to get them down onto a hot grill and really hear that sizzle. It's really nice because it gets some grill marks right away on the vegetable and starts cooking pretty immediately. I like to rotate at least once while I'm cooking, once on each side. But you could go back and forth up to 4 times. You're going to let them cook on medium to high heat until the mushroom looks completely cooked. You know what that looks like. It starts to get a little bit softer. You don't want it to be mushy, but you want it to be cooked so that it's nice and soft as your burger. And when you're done grilling outside, you got some beautiful portobello mushrooms like this, and it is time to assemble our sandwich. So now it's time to get the rest of our ingredients assembled for our burgers. And we are going to cut some nice 1/2-inch pieces of some fresh mozzarella that's going to melt onto our hot portobello. You want 1 slice for every burger. After that, we are going to cut up a nice plum tomato. You can use a larger tomato like a beefsteak tomato, but I have a reason for using a plum tomato. Your portobello already has a lot of juices in it, so you don't need a lot of juice coming off of your tomato. Larger tomatoes are very juicy. They got a lot of liquid. A plum tomato is one of your firmer tomatoes, and it is just absolutely great for this recipe. And now is the fun part. I have a Kaiser roll here that we're going to assemble our burger onto, and I'm going to take one of my nice hot portobellos, and I'm going to lay it face down with the stem side up onto my Kaiser roll. I do this because it creates kind of a boat for my cheese. So while I'm nice and hot, I'm gonna take my fresh mozzarella, lay it right onto my portobello, and allow it to start melting in. After that is the pesto layer, and you're gonna take a little bit of your pesto. I like to take about an end of a teaspoon like this, pour it on top, and then flatten it out. It will flatten out further, of course, when you put this all together. The last and final step is to get your tomato on this portobello burger. Just lay it out like that. Again, your portobello made a delicious boat, and then you just top it all off, close it up. This will melt your cheese pretty good if your portobello is nice and hot from the grill. However, if you want to melt it a little longer, before you assemble it like this on your bread, assemble your cheese, your pesto, and your tomato on top of your portobello on the grill. Allow it to melt a little bit, and then throw it on your Kaiser roll. And you got yourself a delicious Caprese Portobello burger. We have some really fun summer recipes coming up for the rest of the summer. We always have fun here on Cait Straight Up. I love hanging out with every one of you, and I hope you love seeing me. We hope, otherwise why are you here? No, I'm kidding. But other than that, guys, I can't wait to see you next time. Let's keep hanging out. This burger is about to be delicious, and go enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.